Hey, what's up guys, Soldier Knows Best here. This is my recap video of the Apple iPhone event that just went down today, where Apple announced all the new stuff that's coming for the iPhone. Now, they talked about some other stuff at the event, which I'm going to knock out right now before we get to the big iPhone news. So one of the first thing they talked about was the release date of iOS 5. It's going to be coming out on October the 12th, so now you'll be able to download that for your existing devices. And Apple, at the same event today, they went over a lot of the same information that they talked about at WWDC about iOS 5. So I'm not going to go over all that information again for you guys. You can go check out one of my videos or go to Apple website and check out all the stuff and new stuff that's coming in iOS 5. Now, one new thing they also talked about was the cards application. So now Apple is getting into the greeting cards, birthday cards, wedding cards, or anything like that. Any type of cards that Hallmark used to do, well, they still do now, but Apple's trying to kill Hallmark, I think. You'll now be able to send gift cards from your iOS device. So you can actually design a gift card on your device, and Apple will print it out and mail it to you for $2.99 in the US. They'll mail it to somebody, and then you'll get a push notification when they actually receive it. Or if you're anywhere else in the world, you can send out a gift card through Apple for $4.99. I can't stop laughing about that. But Apple is getting into the cards business as well. And also to now with iCloud, they talked about iCloud as well. That's going to have a daily backup. So once a day, you have a backup of all of your important contacts and information and things like that with iCloud. And also they have a new Find My Friends application, where now, kind of like similar to Find My iPhone, you can share your location services with with some of your friends. So that will be helpful for if you had a big sporting event or at a big type of convention or something like that. You're trying to find somebody, you can pull up the Find My Friends application, and they'll find their location for you. And one good thing about this too, you can actually temporarily share your location with somebody. So say somebody's trying to find your address, trying to find your home, but they can't. You can share your location with them and kind of see where they're at on a map. It'll go ahead and pull up, I think it's pulling up Google Maps, and you'll be able to go see where that person is located on the map. So again, you can temporarily share it with somebody, or you can permanently share it with somebody. And again, you can change all these settings as far as the privacy settings for the Find My Friends application. And Apple also talked about iPods at this event as well. I didn't think they'd be talking about iPods at an iPhone event, but anyway, they talked about first the iPod Nano. They're going to be adding a easier interface to be able to navigate, because since it is a really small screen, they're going to be changing up the interface a little bit to be able to navigate through applications. And also too, they know a lot of people use the Nano as watches, so they add different more clock designs for the iPod Nano, so you can have a different snappier looking watch, I guess. But also too, they talked about the iPod Touch. Nothing really changed as far as the design with the iPod Touch. You're wrong, Soldier. They added a white iPod Touch now to go with the black iPod Touch. What are you thinking, man? Just that it'll be able to run iOS 5. They're just kind of confirming that for people. You'll be able to run iOS 5 on the iPod Touch, and also the price has come down a little bit as well. And I think these new prices and everything come down starting on October the 12th. So now let's go ahead and move on to the big news of the day, and that's the iPhone. What is going to happen with the new iPhone? What did Apple announce with the iPhone? Well, I'll first go ahead and start off and say it's not an iPhone 5. We don't have an iPhone 5. It is officially the iPhone 4S. So it is basically the same exact design as the Verizon iPhone 4 that just came out recently this year. So it looks exactly the same on the outside, but on the inside, that's where the quote-unquote magic is happening from Apple. So now it does have the A5 dual-core processor, the same processor that you find in the iPad 2. So that's going to get you the overall 2 times better performance with your phone, and also up to 7 times better graphical performance. And so they had the people from Epic Games come out and demo Infinity Blade 2, which I love the Infinity Blade 1 game. Really nice graphics, but it came out and demoed Infinity Blade 2, which is going to be available on December the 1st. And from people who were in the audience said it looked pretty awesome. You can see a lot more improvements as far as the way the environment works, leaves blowing in the wind and all that cool stuff. So that's one of the things they showed off as far as the graphical performance. And also too, it's going to have really good battery life as well. Even though it's going to be really souped up on the inside, the battery life is going to remain pretty consistent there. 3G talk time, you're going to have 8 hours, 2G talk time 14 hours, 3G browsing 6 hours, Wi-Fi browsing 9 hours, video playback is going to be 10 hours, and music is going to be 40 hours. So you're going to have a good amount of battery life with the new iPhone 4S. And also the new iPhone 4S has a better antenna design. So the antenna is basically staying the same, but now it can switch between 2 antennas on the fly, which is going to allow you for better call quality, and also too is going to provide you 2 times faster data downloads. So right now the current iPhone 4 can only get you a download speed of about 7.2 megabits per second, but the new iPhone 4S is going to be able to get you about 14.4 megabits per second. Now again, this is dependent on your carrier whether you're going to be able to get these speeds or not, but the iPhone 4S is capable of getting these speeds. I'll go ahead and say say that. Now, also to the iPhone 4S is a world phone, so now just the one version of the phone will be able to work on a GSM network, AT&T here in the United States, or a CDMA network, Verizon here in the United States as well. But whatever your carrier name is across the world, this one phone you'll be able to use that phone on that network or travel from one network to another one without having to worry about buying a totally whole new brand new phone. I said whole new brand new phone, that didn't make sense. And now to the thing I'm mostly excited about with this brand new iPhone 4S, and that is the brand new camera. So now it has an 8 megapixel camera, which can get you a resolution of 3,264 by 2,448. That's going to equate to about 60% more pixels for your pictures, and also too, it's going to be able to get 73% more light into the sensor itself. It's really important for low light situations. And so now the aperture of the camera itself is now f2.4, which is really outstanding for a cell phone's camera. And it can now take its first picture in 1.1 seconds. Then the next picture in 0.5 seconds. And you can see from this graph here, the iPhone 4S compared to some other phones as far as the speeds of taking pictures, the iPhone 4S is pretty impressive. And since we do have the better camera, now we also have better video recording with the iPhone 4S. It'll be able to get you 1080p video recording. I don't think they came out and said the frame rate just yet, but I would think it will at least be 30 frames per second at 1080p HD. And also too, it's going to have image stabilization, also better noise reduction with the video quality itself. And then the last thing that Apple talked about with this iPhone 4 announcement, that is the Siri voice assistant technology that's coming into the iPhone, which allows you to basically just talk naturally to your phone and it will respond to you or get you the information that you're looking for. So you can ask, what is the weather today? What is the hourly weather? Or, do I need a raincoat today? Do I need an umbrella? You can say things like that and it'll bring up a launch the weather application to show you the weather or just talk right back to you. You can do things like you can now do talk or speech to text now. So if you're driving down the road, you have a Bluetooth headset in, and you get a text message on your phone, you can press a button and it'll read that text message to you, and then you can respond just by talking, and it'll send it directly back to that person if you wanted to. You can also set up reminders with the new Reminders application in iOS 5. And again, you can just talk to it. You can now say, wake me up at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and it'll set an alarm for you just that easily. And also too, now on the keyboard, there's a little microphone button. So again, if you're typing something, you get tired of typing, I don't know why, but you can press that microphone button and just start talking, and it'll do its best to translate what you're talking into text. And it is said that part of the technology will actually learn as you go, so it'll learn your voice and your patterns about how you talk and stuff like that to be able to make that software work better. Now, this is going to be beta right now, and it's only going to be released in English, French, and German, and then also it'll be released in other languages as it comes out of beta. So that technology looks to be really cool, the way they described it and demoed it, I guess, and but we'll kind of have to wait to see how good that works in real life. So those are all the new features and the new things about the iPhone 4S. And that's going to talk about the pricing and the release date of the iPhone 4S. The 16GB version is going to cost you $199. The 32GB version is going to cost you $299, and the 64GB version is going to cost you $399. And all these prices are going to be on contract. And now you can get the iPhone 3GS, the 8GB version, for absolutely free. And also now you can get the iPhone 4, the 8GB version, for $99. Now, as far as the carriers, the iPhone 4S will now be on AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint. Yes, so the Sprint rumors are true. So we'll be releasing all of those carriers, and the phone will be up for pre-order on October the 7th. It's going to be released on October the 14th. So all those prices and all that stuff was the same as well. It's going to be first released on October 14th in the United States, Canada, UK, Australia, France, Germany, and Japan. And all the other countries are going to be coming out by the end of the year. So anyway, guys, this is the recap of the entire event. I would say that I was a little bit let down that it wasn't an official brand new iPhone 5 with a new redesign, but I guess we'll have to make do with this. We have no other choice, right? Unless you go get one of these Chinese knockoffs. But anyway, I think I'm really interested to see what you guys think about the event and as a whole. Leave a comment down below. So I know some people didn't like the event at all. Some people said it was an alright upgrade, and some people were really liking it. But I ultimately think that this event, or these brand new iPhone 4S, is really going to be great for people who've never owned an iPhone and kind of been waiting out. I think this is a really good time to jump into the iPhone, I guess, enterprise or community or whatever. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video here. It's going on long enough. Again, leave a comment down below about what you think about the event. And thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you later. Peace. Peace. What did I say? Peace? Peace.